So, as you all know, you're here today because I'd like to talk to you about time management on the floor. I'm your assistant manager, Dave. So first of all, we all know that you're here to do invoices, which is basically the company's way of, sending out receipts, receiving receipts, just to, keep tabs on what we're doing, how like to report back to investors, that kind of thing. So I want to talk about why not doing those invoices every day is becoming a problem. So as you know, you have quotas to meet. We say around 150 invoices a day is really what we want you to do. And a lot of you are meeting those quotas and some of you are exceeding them, except it's becoming a problem lately where a few of you aren't. And I've been receiving notices from management that it's my job now to come down and talk to you guys about ways that we can get everyone meeting those quotas so that the company can get back on track. So I was looking at, so what should your invoices contain? Really what we want you to do is include the business name, contact information, dates, important information like that, prices, and then also make one for the customer, what he or she purchased, how much it cost, any discounts that they received, along with anything else that's important. So we do these invoices for a reason. If there's a billing dispute, if someone says that they got overcharged or something, or if they didn't pay enough money for something, we can go back into our files and say, hey, we have on record that this is what you owed, so it gets rid of any sort of disputes that could ever possibly come up. I want to also stress how important that you guys are to the company. I know it seems very repetitive. You come in, you work 9 to 5 every single day. You're sitting at a computer just doing invoices. You're looking forward to just an hour lunch break, but you really are extremely important. It's without you guys doing the work behind the scenes, the CEOs, the managers, they wouldn't have the paychecks they do. You really make the company run. So I want to actually I want to know from you guys why it is that you are checking during work, checking these things like Facebook and Twitter like during work time, because I want to know if there's anything that we can do on our end. So like, is an hour lunch enough to go out, get food, talk about what's going on during the day, check that this kind of thing, or do you think a longer lunch break would be necessary? Yeah.
I like the idea of a longer lunch break, but maybe just like a couple more shorter breaks, because when I'm sitting at my computer all day doing invoices, I'm by myself, I don't really interact with people, so I go on Facebook to message my friends and kind of check in with the outside world. So maybe if I had like a 15-minute break here or there, where we could just all meet up and say, hey, what's going on, and then go back to invoices.
Yeah, like that.
Kind of to feed off of what Brad said, at my old job, our breaks were split up, so instead of having 1 hour-long break, we had 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break in the middle. And I think that's just better for the same reason, because cubicle jobs can be so boring and they're so repetitious. So if we have more breaks, I think it would be better.
I think that maybe in our break rooms, I know that some companies, like one of the companies I worked for, we had a pool table in the break room, something that can only be used when you're on break, but at least it gave you some type of stimulus and got you up and moving, because even if you're behind your desk and you go and you grab your lunch and you sit down again, at least some sort of activity, pool table, you have room in the back for a basketball court, something that can only be used on breaks, but breaks something about any other day.
Yeah, I like that.
Sometimes it's faster for me just to message Bert instead of getting up and walking over there. I can just get on quick and send everyone a message or see what's going on.
Right, cool. And those are all good ideas. I just want to let you know that, as a manager, I have been in this position before. My dad runs his own company, and every year he does a client appreciation thing where he holds an event, usually at the RIT Conference Center. But he was short-staffed one year, and it was my job to, just receive phone calls all day, and I was supposed to ask questions like, which one of the meals that were going to be served would you like, and how many chairs or how many seats do you need? And, for the first couple hours, it was fine. I did my job, but, as, the repetition kicked in, you start like, all right, what am I going to have for lunch, or what are my plans for tonight? And, in fact, I forgot to ask people certain things, and when the event came time, it was a good thing that we overshot what we were going to need, because we had way more people than I'd written down, and it could have been a much bigger problem than it was. So I just want to stress that staying focused while you're on the job is a huge part of it. So with talking with management, we've come up with a couple new steps, and I'd like feedback on these, if they're fair or not fair. Anything else you guys like to add? So first of all, we're gonna add incentives, so, every month we're gonna have like an employee of the month, people who average the most invoices per day, whether it's, you know, extra days off, or whether it's, you know, an ice cream social or anything like that. Of course, you know, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Also a yearly contest where there will be, you know, a 4 or 5 day paid vacation for the person who does the most per year. I think that can also be beneficial for that. On this upcoming Friday, we're gonna have a workshop where all of the employees are expected to attend. We're gonna bring someone in from corporate, they're gonna go over new ways to do invoices more efficiently and, you know, more effectively so that you can use time more wisely. Also, it's been thrown around about having a floor monitor to walk up and down, to, you know, check and see. They're not gonna be, you know, getting you in trouble, but they're gonna be reporting back to people up above. You know, are people actually still using Twitter, Facebook? And then what we're gonna do with that is a 3-strike system where, you know, the first time you get caught, you're gonna have a warning. The second time you get caught, you're probably gonna meet with someone. And then the third time, we're gonna really seriously talk with, you know, upper management about, you know, suspension, possible termination, things like that. So I'd like to see, you know, do you guys think that those things are fair? Do you think that, okay.
I mean, I think that's a little too George Orwell for me, but
Okay.
I think that if our productivity is meeting the criteria, I don't think it really matters if I'm gonna be on Facebook.
Okay.
I kind of agree with that, like, I like the warning system because we are here to work. I just don't know if me getting on Twitter is worth being fired for.
Okay.
So maybe that last step could be a little different, but I agree with the warnings because we're here to do a job. And maybe like if me being online would interfere with my job, then that's something that's more grounds for termination. But
Right.
if it's not something that's interfering, that's something that we could just be like, we need to cut it out, you know?
Okay.
So.
Bert.
Oh, I feel like some people are better multitaskers, like I know for myself that if I am just doing one thing, I'm probably not gonna be doing that one thing very well. I know that I need other things to be doing to make it effective, so I feel like only should you be punished if it's affecting your work.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna say, the 3-strike system should apply maybe for termination if you're not meeting the numbers, but if you are meeting the numbers, then, yeah, maybe you can talk about like,
Well, these are all good suggestions, and I'm gonna be bringing those to, you know, the higher ups, and, thank you very much for attending, and, have